If you're a coach who's heard that Pinterest is an amazing place to market your coaching business, but you're just not sure how it works or how to get started, then stay tuned. I'm going to be sharing 5 ways that Pinterest can help you get more clients. Let's dive in. Hi there, welcome to the Wholehearted Business Show. I'm Laura. I help health, life and spiritual coaches get more clients so they can generate more income and live their most aligned life. And today on the show, we're talking all about how Pinterest can help you get more clients in your coaching business. Now, I'm a massive Pinterest fan. I've spoken multiple times on the show about Pinterest and how amazing it's been for my business. Certainly as a health coach, it was a fantastic source of clients, customers, email list subscribers. It's just a fantastic platform. And I want to talk a little bit about how it actually works for getting clients, because ultimately that's what we want as coaches. We want to get clients. So I want to break down a few things that you can do with your Pinterest account to help that result in more clients. If you're not familiar with Pinterest, Pinterest is basically a visual search engine, and it works by people searching for things that they're interested in, and there's certain key kind of ways that people search on Pinterest that's different from anywhere else. It's really fascinating. And they search for things that, basically people on Pinterest are looking for things to support their future selves, which I think, again, is a really fascinating thing about Pinterest. And it's lovely because I don't think any other platform has the same vibe as Pinterest. It's very positive. It's very aspirational, like in a good way. It's very much about people planning for the future and planning for things that they want to do, be and have. So it's just a magical place. I think it's really great for coaches who are in the business to consumer space because, we're talking about things like health and relationships and things that people might have going on in their life. So I think it's worth bearing that in mind when you're creating content, is that people are looking to overcome their problems, but actually it might be that people are also really focused on like the positive side of that. So, I often talk about in business how we can help people overcome a problem, but we can also help them achieve an aspiration. And it might be that on Pinterest, when we're creating content or when we are creating pins for Pinterest, that we are focusing on the positive side of that coin, if you like. So the first thing that you can do with Pinterest to optimize it so that you have more chance of getting clients is to make sure that your account name and description is set up in the right way. Now, spoiler alert, most of these tips that I'm going to give you today are about making sure that you are maximizing the number of people that you are taking from Pinterest and putting onto your email list. Once you get them on your email list, that is the best place to build a relationship with people and to sell to them. And that's what we want to be doing with Pinterest. We want people finding us on Pinterest and then sending them off to our website and then getting them onto our email list where we can build that relationship and sell to them. So that's really the core of what most of these tips are going to be about, but I'm going to give you some very specific examples. So when it comes to your account description, your account name, we want to make that really clear so people know what it is that you do. As you can see from mine, I very clearly say that I'm a business mentor for health and life coaches. And then in your description, you want to be sending them off somewhere where they can join your email list. So what I've got on mine is that they can go to that link, and because you can't have clickable links in there, you want to make it a really simple, easy to remember link so people can just type it in, and then they have somewhere they can go and then get a freebie, some free resources, and join your list that way. That can work really, really well. And that's just about optimizing that one element of your Pinterest account so that if people do come across you and think, oh, I'm really interested in this person, I want to find out more, there's a link there that they can go to join your list. The next thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that when you are creating boards, so boards are basically a place that you will put your pins. And if you imagine a giant virtual pin board, your boards are like separate pin boards for where you would put your pins. And this tip is all about just making sure that you are creating boards that reflect different aspects of your niche. I mean, there's also like a keyword element here, so you want to be thinking about what people might be searching for, but this is really about having categorizing your content in a way that makes sense and that makes sense for your clients as well. So when we're doing this, we want to be thinking about, okay, so what am I creating content around? How am I already categorizing that elsewhere? And what's going to make sense for Pinterest? And again, remembering that it has this aspirational edge. How can you categorize some of your boards and therefore your pins, kind of sort your pins that is going to make sense from that point of view? You can also look at a little bit of Pinterest SEO and include that in those board names. So again, if you just type into Pinterest, in the search bar, you will see some of the common search terms come up connected to whatever it is that you've put in. If you kind of use like a very general term around your niche, you'll get some detail there. Use that to inspire the name of your boards. That's going to help them be found. It's going to help your pins be found. And that's just a really simple thing that you can do to help more people find your account. Obviously, you're going to be sharing pins off your content. Again, for anyone who's really unfamiliar with Pinterest and blogging are best friends. You don't really want to be doing Pinterest without blogging. So you're going to be creating pins for your blogs anyway and sharing those on a consistent basis. But what you're also going to want to do is to create some pins for your freebies. Now, basically on Pinterest, a pin is a visual image that someone clicks and it links back to place on the internet. Now that place on the internet can be a blog post, but it can also be a page where you promote a freebie, and that's a great way to get more people onto your list from Pinterest. And again, like I say, the name of the game is getting people back onto your list so that you can then develop that relationship with them, help them, take them on that journey, and then sell to them at some point as well. Another thing that you can do around this is you can also experiment a little bit with Pinterest idea pins. So Pinterest, like every other platform in the world, has adopted the short form video trend. Now, to be fair, it's not massively overdone, I think, on Pinterest. And if you do search for most topics, you will see a few idea pins in there, but it's not overwhelming like it is on some other platforms. However, they are given a little bit more weight to idea pins on the platform than standard pins. So another way that you can up level this is by creating an idea pin that links back to your freebie. Now, when I say link back, one of the problems that we have with idea pins on Pinterest is that they don't allow direct links. But what you can do is you can have on the last screen of your idea pin is you can mention to people to go to your profile and find that link that we had in there before, or actually give it to them on a slide in idea pins. And just to say, idea pins are a little bit of a cross between, your standard reel TikTok, but also a little bit like Instagram stories in terms of having several slides kind of like stuck together. So you can also have a link there and just remind people to go over and find out more. And really, again, the idea pin should be selling the freebie and giving people a reason to want it so that they actually go and take that action of going over there and, requesting to download it and getting on your list. The thing that you can do to help get more clients on Pinterest is to notice when a particular piece of content is doing well and then optimize it even further. So if you are sharing blog posts on Pinterest, which is great, and you start to notice that one particular blog post is getting more views than the others, it could be a good indication to create something called a content upgrade. Now, a content upgrade is basically a freebie that you create that's very closely related to the topic of that post. Now, depending on where you are in your business, you might already have multiple freebies and you might already have a freebie that actually fits really well with that post. However, it might be that you want to create something specifically that links with that if you know that it's getting quite a lot of views. So I've done this several times. I've got a blog post that is performing extremely well at the moment, which is how to run an event or retreat. And I created a specific content upgrade for that post so that the people who were visiting it, I could, invite some of those people back to join my list so that I can further build that relationship with them. I also have a fantastic freebie that is very much related to the topic of this particular episode of the show, which is my Pinterest planner for coaches. So do check that out if all of this has got you intrigued in terms of how you can use Pinterest to market your business and get more clients. Do download that Pinterest marketing planner. I'll put the link in the description below. You'll be able to grab that and that will help you get started, take all these tips and actually start to implement these when it comes to Pinterest. And then the final tip of these 5 ways that you can optimize your Pinterest to get more clients, and that's just to make sure, this is actually something that's off of Pinterest, it's just to make sure that you have the stuff on the back end that's actually going to do the work of helping people become clients. And that basically means that once someone joins your email list, because you've kind of got these 2 different elements of the process. You've got Pinterest on one side of the equation, and then you've got your blog and your email list on the other side. And like I said, we can do lots of optimizing on Pinterest. We can think about the content that we're creating. But if we want to actually turn the people that Pinterest send us into clients, we need to make sure that we have something on the back end of that freebie that is going to build a relationship with you, help people know more about you, where you're supporting them, demonstrating that know, like, and trust factor, and actually selling to them as well. And that would be in the form of a welcome sequence, a nurture sequence, or even a sales funnel on the back of that freebie. So you want to make sure that you've got that in place so that any traffic that Pinterest sends you and any people that sign up for your email list are actually strategically being supported once they're there so that the people who have got investment intent, who are interested in working with you as a coach, that you are presenting offers to them. And you can do that in your email list once Pinterest has sent them over to you. So there's 5 ways that you can get clients with Pinterest. It's a really, really simple process. I cover all of this in a lot more detail in my free Pinterest marketing planner. That's really going to help you if you're getting started with Pinterest to just get everything set up and to have a strategy with Pinterest from the start. I really hope that you've enjoyed this episode of the show. Like I say, I'm a massive fan of Pinterest. You know, it's a really great one to dig into if you are a health, life or spiritual coach. It just makes a lot of sense, especially if you're blogging. I honestly think it's like a total no-brainer. If you're blogging, you might as well be putting your stuff on Pinterest. It's not that much more effort, and it can potentially create lots of benefits and rewards for you if you do so. So I really hope this has been helpful. As always, please leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment below if this has been useful, if you use Pinterest, or if I've convinced you that it's worth investing some time in Pinterest. Let me know in the comments if this has been a helpful episode of the show, and let me know what you think. Pop me a DM on Instagram. I'm at Wholeheartedly Laura. I really hope that you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for spending time with me today, and I will see you next week, guys. Take care. Bye.